Welcome back to the Mid-Year Mitch YouTube channel. In today's episode, we're working on the split window behind me, wrapping the car up. We have to fix the hood. The hood skin and the structure have separated, so we need to fix that as well as splice a piece of the structure in from some previous repairs. So we're gonna make this hood really nice, which will cap off the restoration on this car. So be sure to stick around. So today's mission is to fix this 63 hood. I'm not exactly sure the story on it. It has some fiberglass repairs done to it here and there. But the main problem that this hood has is what a lot of mid-year Corvette hoods have, is that the inner structure starts separating from the hood skin. And what that does is it creates a lot of twist, it's easier to do it when the hood's on the car. But you can flex the hood this way. It bonds the whole way around the edge on this inside edge. And then there's this X. Well, the X can become separated because it's only glued along these tabs in here. There's not a whole lot of biting that this does. So pretty much all we're gonna do is scuff the underside of this. We're gonna try to lift it up, get some sandpaper in there, and then we have it on our horse. We're gonna make sure it's all level and everything, and then we're just gonna squish it back down, call it a day. Unfortunately, it's not as easy for this hood because it had some weird repairs going on here. Looks like somebody started fiberglassing a bonding strip in here. I'm not exactly sure why. And we have a repair section to go in here from a 63 hood. Now, it does have this hole in here for the cookie sheet, but you can see we're not gonna be able to access the hole because this bonding strip that someone put in here is in the way, and I don't wanna be splicing really close to that hole. This bonding strip goes a good bit under here. So I think we're gonna make a new splice. We're gonna cut through here. We're gonna remove this old flange and we'll clean this up. We'll cut a piece. We'll glue it all at once, let that dry, and then we'll do any fiberglass repairs that we need to do. But we're gonna come in here and clean all this up with 36 or 24 grit, something nice and rough that it won't take a whole lot of swipes to get it nice. We're gonna remove some of the humps and bumps here to make sure everything sits flat, and then we don't need a lot of weight, just a little bit of something to help squish this. We don't need anything crazy, just a little bit of weight to make sure that we're getting good contact. So I prepped the hood to glue our patch in. I trimmed it up a little bit, and we're gonna put that guy right there. I decided to cut a little extra off, and I grabbed that little bonding strip that was in there. It just fell right out. So I'm glad we did that, and the pieces of fiberglass that were still here also fell off. Nothing was really prepped all that well, which concerns me about some of these other, that patch is separating. So that's gonna need redone. So we'll have to maybe fix some of that stuff up. But what I did is I took some of the extra pieces I had of the hood structure, a piece that was here, and I cut it in half, and I took a little bit out of it, and I took a little bit off this edge, so that way we could jam it in here with glue, and this will be a bonding strip that'll contour perfectly to what we have, and we'll fill that little gap in with glue. And this will fit perfectly. It'll be nice and snug. It'll give support the whole way around it. And since I ground the edge down a little bit, it'll sit a little bit further back than this. That way, when you're looking around the hood, you really won't be able to see that it's there, but it'll be nice and strong. So I have everything prepped. I came through here as best I could. I tried to spread it with some shims so I could get in here and sand. I'm not doing these ones because these ones are all still glued. I think it's just from this repair or whatever damage happened here. So all this looks good. I'm gonna pull all these clamps off. We're gonna open it up with these shims, jam some glue in here, squish it down, and this one's gonna take 2 glues. First, I wanna do the bonding strips, and then we'll glue our little piece in after that. So let the hood cure up. All this looks good. It's nice and solid. We have nice gaps here. If we just hit this with the DA, that'll blend real nice. And this glue is nice because it kind of flows and runs, so it leaves a nice radius. That all looks good. Now, this piece doesn't quite fit anymore because our glue's in the way. So we need to sand some of that. We also need to make some clearance for this hole here so that way you don't see any of our bonding strip. So I'm gonna get that prepped up, and we'll mix up some glue, and this will be a nice repair. Originally, Corvette bonding strips were about 2 inches wide, so that leaves about 1 inch per side. There's obviously give and take there, but that's plenty of bond seam. We're just gonna glue it the whole way around, and this will bite in here really good. Then you can finish it with fiberglass, fiberall, kind of whatever you wanna do to get that dialed in. So now we have the hood back on the 63 after making the repairs, and I did have to grind a little bit on the hinges to scooch the hood back just a little bit. You can see it probably could come back a little bit more. But now if we open it up, we can see our nice repair. And if we give it the shake test, wiggle it up here, you can see it's pretty stiff. And that is our repair. Now this should be fiberglassed or fiberglass fillered and blended. If I hold this up with my head, we have a nice transition the whole way around. That flows together really nice. It's not perfect at the bottom, it needs a little bit of blending, but guys, for the underside of a hood, come on. Now from this angle, I can see a little bit of my bonding strip. So what I would probably do is grind a little bit of that or just put some more glue in there to help disguise it. But other than that, you can see at the bottom here, you can't see anything. You can see just a little bit there, but you mainly see because it's white. Over here, you can't see anything, and everything underneath, you'll never know it's there. So this is a nice solid repair. This is easy to do on a hood that is not painted. Now, if your hood is painted, you're gonna wanna mask everything off. Be careful, and you're gonna have to repaint the underside of your hood black. So this is a nice solid hood, and it said in Sharpie on that side that it was an original 63 hood that needed repair. So I removed that because it doesn't need repaired. It is fixed. And that's gonna wrap it up on this 63. I have a couple body mount bolts to drop in, but this thing is ready to go home. And this is definitely the nicest car. It's probably come out of this shop. We've had some really nice high quality parts. Shout out to my friends at Vetmasters for these awesome quarter panels. The exhaust valance, if you look at the pattern in the fiberglass, it looks almost identical to their pattern. And the valance is a little easier to tell because it's more similar to the gray that's on this car. But we did a complete rebuild on this. Also shout out to Dynamic Corvettes for their beautiful front end as well. So this thing is going to be going home, and we saved another one. Another one will be going back on the road. But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And that's going to do it for this car. As far as new build progress, it's ready to go home to Utah, where it's going to become a full resto mod, and we saved another one. We saved a car that sacrificed its life to save a 63 Z06. It may have been scrapped or parted out, but we put it back on the road with some help from some brand new fiberglass, and it's going to look really awesome whenever it's done. I'm really excited about it. But there will be a familiar car coming back in this spot, which I'm going to go do the switch right now. That car is getting a new transmission tunnel from Dynamic Corvettes to make room for a big 6-speed. And then we're gonna do some front end work on it. The front end didn't quite turn out the way I liked, so we're gonna change it up and add some Vet Masters fiberglass on it. So you'll see those in upcoming videos. But as you can see, I got a lot of work to do, and I'll catch you guys later.